Welcome to Kathy'sRight.com, your pit stop for the conservative mind, heart, and soul. Let's refuel, if you will. We are learning more and more today that the silence of the media speaks volumes. It says so much more than the words they actually use. They play with words. Words are like toys to the Democrats and the left. In fact, they are redefining things on a daily basis so as to change our thought processes. This is not kosher. In fact, it's diabolical. When Democrat politicians speak for 5 minutes or more, and you look at your notes and they say nothing, that tells you that they are quite skilled at saying nothing with many words. It is quite a talent. In fact, I wonder if they actually have maybe a class or a course that they take while in university that teaches them the skills of saying nothing with a lot of words. When the riots were going on, still going on, the looting going on, the vengeance against conservatives for speaking our minds, those things happened all under the auspices of the left. All of those things happened from the left. You didn't see conservative Republicans throwing a brick through a building or through a store window, or burn down people's businesses and their cars and other things. A homeless man's belongings were burnt in front of him. I guess that was their idea of fun, but they have become more vicious and more violent as the coronavirus has revealed them to be. The left are on the streets. The left are the Antifa, the Black Lives Matter, and they are not confusing to me at all, even though they keep saying, using words, that these are peaceful protesters. Peaceful protesters don't throw bricks, but they're all in the same melange, so who can tell the difference? I defy anyone to show me the difference. During the last and most recent debate between Donald Trump and Joe Biden, we found that only Donald Trump will state the obvious. Joe Biden continues to be oblivious to what's actually going on in the streets of America, in these urban areas. So the media, like Joe Biden, refuses to talk about the blatant issues that actually affect Americans today. They claim to care about America, but they really don't. Because if they did, they would acknowledge the obvious. They would acknowledge that so many people's livelihoods have been destroyed by the left, by Black Lives Matter. Yeah, I wish I'd thought of that. Because using a slogan like that, or as your title, Black Lives Matter, it sounds so good. It kind of rolls off the tongue, and it makes people feel really good about themselves. Like Kamala Harris said on The View just yesterday, she said, Donald Trump can't even say the words Black Lives Matter because it is a Marxist terrorist group. They just used nicer words. It's sort of like saying, reproductive health when it's really about killing babies. They're very good at that. Euphemisms. Black Lives Matter doesn't give a rat's ass about black lives, because none of the money that they're collecting are actually going to black lives. And maybe those top 3, but not really. It's going directly back into the Democratic Party. Look it up. So playing fast and loose with the English language in America, it's become really kind of normal now. We're getting so used to it, we're numb to it. It doesn't even affect us anymore like it should. It should affect us. It should affect us. We have to stop being numb. We've been numbed by television. We've been numbed by media. We've been numbed by our parties. I mean, thank God for Donald Trump for giving the Republican Party a spine. We so desperately needed it. So while the media is pretending to be oblivious to the Joe Biden scandal, no, what they're doing is they just don't want to market it. They don't want us to really know that they know, because then that would make it all too real. Hunter Biden, selling his influence with his father, time and access to his father. He probably flew in on the same freaking plane as his father while he was selling the influence and getting paid millions, maybe billions of dollars spread amongst his family while he had this cushy job because he really didn't have to do any duties, and he was paid substantially millions of dollars. This is obscene on the American spectrum of things. This is obscene. And the fact that the media doesn't talk about it, maybe a little bit on Fox, maybe a little bit on OAN even, but for the most part, you're going to get your information on the internet, and we all know who controls that. So, alas, what are we going to do about it, America? Are we going to just sit still? Well, we vote. That's one thing we can do. I don't know if we can outvote all the cheating votes, but we can sure try. That's the one thing we've got left. You can bet when Joe Biden, I didn't mean to call that into the universe, but I mean, if Joe Biden, don't forget, Joe Biden promised Beto O'Rourke a position in charge, changing our gun laws.
By the way, this guy can change the face of what we're dealing with regard to guns, assault weapons, regard to dealing with climate change. And I just want to warn an Amy, if I win, I'm coming for it.
And then again, he says things like this.
Bingo, you're right if you have an assault weapon. The fact of the matter is they should be illegal, period.
Did you catch that, America? I hope you did catch it, because in the finality of everything, it's what the media is not talking about. They're not talking about the constitutionalist who just got put on the Supreme Court, Amy Barrett, God bless her. But they're not talking about what they really want to fundamentally change about this country. And that is they would love to take away our gun rights. They would love to keep abortion available and freely. They basically want to pay for it. They've decimated literally half of the black population in this country through abortion. It's a genocide. I'm not even talking about all the other different ethnicities that have been murdered at the hands of these Antichrist people. I have to say it, because you can't be with Christ and go for abortion, period. So basically, yes, this is what they're not talking about. They're going to put everything else in front of you. It's like smoke and mirrors. I think I wrote about that a long time ago. Smoke and mirrors. We got you looking over here at this, but this funny thing. We got you interested over here. But meanwhile, over here, they're planning on taking your guns and every other right you've got. They've already taken you out of your churches. They've already taken you out of your hospitals. You can't be with your family when they're sick. Of course they're going to go for the gun rights. And having a constitutionalist in there, that scares the dickens out of these people, because they are diabolical. And smoke and mirrors, their little magic show, it's going to be over if we vote correctly. So I urge you all to vote. I think most everybody I know has already voted, because we anticipate the worst. We prepare for the best and hope for the best, but we anticipate the worst. I pretty much guarantee there will be unrest in the streets. One of their new words, unrest. But there's silence about the main issues. Don't forget to subscribe. This is Kathy of Kathy'sRight.com. I love you. God bless you. Bye.